can you write in the chat box the number of sections that you have attended so far? So, for this systematic literature review, Shalini had what we call have done 7 sections. So, anyone have attended all full 7 section? Anyone is the first one? And how many have you attended? I see a few of, familiar names. So,
Mm-hmm.
all right. So just asking to see.
Okay.
Everyone, would you be able to enter in the chat box? How many
Oh,
section? Okay. All right. Now, Shalini, you don't
yes.
have the one that got your photo.
Yeah, I know.
I
Let me
I
check. Let
send
me
I
check.
send here
Yes.
for you. Is it okay?
Let me check. Let me check this again.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you sent me that. I remember.
Uh,
Let me see. It is there or not. Yeah, it is there. Let
yeah,
me
yeah, that's the
change it.
one. Yes, perfect.
Yes, I'll change it. I'll change it. Wait.
Oh no. Okay. Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Oh yeah, we have a few. So Trang Lu have attended all the 7 section.
Oh,
I
wow.
think Đức Lợi Vũ, Trung Võ. Yeah. A few of them I can recognize the name. Yeah, Mason Doan is also 7. Tung
Mm-hmm.
Ngô is 6 of 7. Bullying is 6 of 7.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So for those that who have missed the section, right? All the section have been recorded. Mr. Tân Võ Thành, how many section have you attended? Mr. Trung Võ, I see your name very familiar. Probably a lot. All right, yeah, all right, Dr. Tân Võ Thanh is 6 of 7, excellent. Right, Trung Võ, how many? I think Trung Võ is 7 out of 7, correct, Trung? Right, okay. All right. Would you want to start first, or would you want to mention about, no, you mentioned about your face-to-face workshop at the end, yeah, so you can start today. Now, everyone, today is the final lesson. Okay, beside what some of you have suggested last week, that we have voice viewer, research gap, what else that you want us to cover today? Do you remember what else, Shalini?
Yeah, yeah. Acha, you are asking me? Yeah, yeah. They wanted me to start with the finding a research gap. So this was
Mm-hmm.
one topic they wanted from me, and the Vossviewer section as well.
Yep,
So I can work on that today.
yep. Okay, all
Yeah,
right. Yep, so
yeah,
please go ahead.
yeah.
All right. Okay. No.
Okay. So, so let's start with the first topic today, and that is finding a research gap. Let me increase the font size. Just a minute. Mm. Okay, so this is the first topic that we will be doing today. Okay, so let's say uh, I want to work on this topic that is called as a green bond. Can you see my screen, all of you? Is my screen visible?
Yep,
No,
yep, we see it.
it is visible.
Yep.
Okay, so let's say I want to work on a topic that is called as a green bonds, right? And sustainable development. So, how do we find out the research gap? Actually, this is one of my students' thesis. She worked on this topic that is called as a green bonds and sustainable development. So what we did was, let me show you the my students thesis here. Let me share that with you. Just give me a minute. Okay. Okay, so just have a look at this model. Okay, so this is a paper that we have written for one of my student, and she worked on the topic green bonds. So we tried to find out the perception of the retail investor towards green bond investment. So we made this model. In one of the objectives, we made this model for her. And how did we find out the research gap? So, what is the topic that we are doing right now? We are trying to find out the research gap, right? So, we made this model. How did we come with this model? Let me copy this over here. So, how did we come with this model? We come with this model. What were the steps that we took to make this model? So, what was the first step? First step was deciding the topic of research. So this is the first area. So what we decided was we have to work on green bonds. So this is the topic that we decided that we have to work on. So what is the next thing that we decided was to do for the review of literature, right? So we always talk about that we have to do the review of literature part, right? So why it is important, this review of literature? This review of literature helps us to make this diagram. Now let me tell you how. So there are two ways of doing it. There are two ways of doing it. One is review of literature, any database. If you have any database that you have, right? So, like, what are the different databases? Scopus database or Web of Science, right? So, this is one way, or free source. There is another source that is called as a free source, and free source is one of the free sources, Google Scholar. Google Scholar, right? So, what you have to do? What you have to do? You have to go for the review of literature. So, review of literature may means what? It means the previously written papers. Review of literature means what? Previously written papers, right? So, what do we mean by review of literature? Previously written papers. So, what you have to do? You have to study them, right? So, let me repeat this again. So, the today topic is finding a research gap. So, this is the topic that we are doing today. So, how do we find out the research gap? So what is the first step that you do? The first step is deciding the topic of research. So you have to decide the area which you want to explore. So let's say we want to explore the area that is called as a green bonds. So this is the area that we want to explore. So for this, we have to go for review of literature. Review of literature means what? It means previously written papers by the different authors. So we have to study them and see what work they have done. And from that research gap, we developed. So let's say we developed this model by reading the previously written papers. We made this model, right? So how do we do that? So there are two ways of doing it. Either you can explore the Scopus database or Web of Science database, and so these are the paid ones. So these Scopus database or Web of Science, they are the paid ones. They are paid ones. But if you want to go for a free source, Google Scholar is a free source. Uh, so it is possible Scopus or Web of Science. Normally, the institutions, normally the institutions, they have the access to it. That is the Scopus database or Web of Science. Only then it is possible, right? Normally, we make use of the Google Scholar. So let me tell you how do we go for it. Let me go to this website. Let me write over here. I'm writing here Google Scholar. So I opened Google Scholar here and I type here green bonds. So let me open this website. So you can see, everybody can see the different papers, the written by the different authors. So Google Scholar has given you the papers written on this topic, green bonds by different authors, right? So what you have to do is you need to check this out. You need to see what are the different papers that has been written by different authors. You need to read this. So this is called as a review of literature. So let me show you this. What is the first topic? So what you have to do is you click onto this and open this in new website and read the abstract. So this is the journal Technological Forecasting and Social Change, and this is the paper that they have written. And what they have written. So what you have to do is you have to take the abstract from this paper and read it. You have to take the abstract from this paper and read this. Right. Again, go for the next paper. Now you can see from here corporate green bonds. Right. So the next topic is pricing and ownership of US green bonds. For next, do shareholders benefit from green bonds? Can you see to the different topics that has come? Understanding the role of green bonds in advancing sustainability. Right. Next is my paper limits. What I am trying to tell you. So what we did was we read the abstract of each of the paper. We read the abstract of each of the paper and saw that nobody has written on this topic that is called as the investor perception. So what we try to see, we just read this and we saw that investor perception towards green bonds in India. So this is the paper that we wrote. And how did we come to know that nobody has talked about this topic, investor perception towards green bonds in India? So with the help of the review of literature, by reading the abstract like this of each of the paper, we find out, and even from the topic name, the name of the topic also, it is indicating that nobody has written the paper on this. But this paper, look at this, Journal of Sustainable Finance and Investment. This paper looks quite similar, but this is not right. So, what we have to do is we have to read each and every paper. So, let me tell you one more thing about this. Okay, so this is my paper onto this. This is my final paper that has already been published in the journal, right? So, we have done the review of literature. Now, this is my paper, final paper. So you have to mention this as well in your in one of the sections of your paper as well. That is, what are the different previous studies that has been conducted on this topic. So this is the look at this. So what I have done is I have written this over here. What are the different studies that has been conducted previously? Look at this. This is a full one paragraph. So what I have written, how I have written, let me tell you this as well. So what we did was, so we read the abstract of each one of them, and go to the cite option of this, click onto this, click onto this citation, the reference. So what you do is you keep this reference in one of the files. Let me open this. So this is my first topic. So what I have done in a research gap. So this is what I'm telling you, that in a paper, in one paper, right, the paper that you are writing. So what you have to mention over here, previous studies have been conducted on the topics. How do you find the topic? Now this is one of the full paper reference. So what you will do is you will copy this from here till here. This is the name of the paper. This is the name of the paper. Put it here and put the in-text citation of this, Bhutta et al 2022 and bracket close. So this is one paper that has been done previously, and this is the name of the paper, right? So again, what you have to do, you move to the second paper. So this is another paper. You can very well see, like if you have to talk about this topic, that is called as of green perception of perception of green bond investor. So this topic is not also similar to your my topic. So what I will do is I will again cite this paper. I will again cite this paper in my study. So how will I cite this? Now what I will write is, take this topic, corporate green bonds. Can you see to this? The topic. Are you able to understand this? Are you able to understand? Please raise your hands if you are able to understand these points. Please raise your hands, all of you, or you can write one into the chat box.
They have the
Okay.
questions how to set up what we call the add-on that you're able to see that the publication ranking
Okay.
in Google
Yes.
Scholar. Yeah.
Yes, there is, let me show you this. Rapid journal quality. This is the
Yeah,
site.
yeah, yeah.
So you can, what you can do is, you can put this in the Google, that is rapid journal quality check, and यहाँ पर there will be an option to install it. If you install this, so it will automatically come in your Google Scholar. So what is that? Rapid journal quality check. Please note down this. Rapid journal quality check is the option. You type on the Google, and let me show you this. So this is here. Click onto this. So it is already there. Otherwise, it would have come at in your. It will
Yeah.
come in your
Add it.
website.
Yeah.
Yeah, add this. So it will be done. Okay. 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 So let me proceed ahead. So this is very, very important. Whatever I'm telling you right now, like you must in your paper, this is the most important section in your paper. Everybody must write the what is the research gap, right, and what are the previous studies that has been done on this topic, on this area. So we have chosen the area that is called as a green bonds. So what is the research gap over here? So this paragraph that you will be writing will tell the editor that you have made the you have read the past papers, and this is why, because no study has been conducted onto this, so you have made this study, right? So Flemmer, so what is the next study? So I'll just show two or three ones. So move on to the next one. Go to the cite option. So copy it from here and again to this place. So this is a baker. So what is the name of the paper, the pricing and ownership of US green bonds? So click over here and put it here. And what is the name of the person? Baker et al. Full stop and 2022. Right. So similarly, you should write at least one paragraph of the previous studies, right? So now what is important over here? So now you can see these studies, they're coming for the some previous years, 21, 22, 22. So try to get more studies of, now 25 is going on. So what we can do is we can decide the custom range as well. So we can, let's say, since 2024 we want the papers, right? So if you will see, now the papers will come from 2024 and 2025. So it is always better to quote these papers and previous papers as well in your study, right? And this, let me show you this. So this is how I made this one paragraph in my previous paper of my student. This is one of the students paper of mine, and this is a student paper of mine, and this is how we wrote the one paragraph showing that this kind of study has not been conducted and different studies has been conducted in the past, right? And this will become a part of your introduction. Please remember, just see to it over here. So we are talking about the introduction part over here. So this is a part of the introduction. Just look at this. So moving ahead, almost in the last, so we have talked about what the previous studies they have talked about, right? And then we have talked about the questions that our paper will answer. Nowadays, the objective of the study is written into the introduction past, almost in the last. So this is where I have written the research questions over here, right? The research gap. This is my research gap, almost one paragraph, and then my the following question, research question. So this is the objective of the study, right? So this is one way of doing it. So let me show you what you can do is, like, if you want, from the scopus.com. So just type scopus.com. Let me sign in to my account. Let me sign in. Okay. So let's say yeah. So we have to talk about the green bonds and sustainable development. Maybe. So let's search for this. And we got around 380 documents, right? So यहाँ से what we will do is we will select all and we can download the CSV file like this, right? So I have already downloaded it. Okay, I'll download it right now in front of you. So from here, this is again a very good way of finding out the research gap. The Scopus database that helps you to extract, like we have got 380 documents. You just have to read the topic. You just have to read the topic and abstract, right? So because we all know that when we write papers, we try to write it in a group, not a single. So divide these papers among yourself, right? So this is my abstract. This is my abstract. So what you can do is you can put your abstract in the new worksheet, right? And you can wrap this text and you can read it. So you will come to know whether um, the previously these papers has been done or not, and you can cite this all in your paper. Okay, one more thing I would like to tell over here is, so this is one way, right? So this is the way of writing the research gap in your paper and to find out the model. So this is the model that we have already made. So let me tell you one more thing. Again, now let's say you want again to find out the retail bond investor perception. We are talking about again finding the research gap. So let me tell you this, finding out the research gap. So this is one way, right? So this topic has never been done by any of the previous authors. Now let's say this model is there, right? So now we know that this model is already in existence over here. Now if a person again wants to find out the retail bond investor perception, no, perception, so, want to find out, एक minute, the perception of retail investors towards green bond. Now, you know that this model has already been done and explored by the previous person. This model has already been done and explored. Now, now you want the perception of again you want to work on this topic with some advanced variables, right? So what I'm saying is advanced or different variables. Let me repeat this. What I'm saying is, so let's say this paper of mine is already being published, and now we want to work again, we want to see again the perception of retail investor towards green bond. Now what? So what you have to do is you have to take some advanced variables or different variables, right? So what we can do is here, we will not, we will try not to take these variables, right? Now what we can do is we can make the, we can change the variables. Please understand. So what you can do is, what I'm trying to tell you, somebody has already been worked on this model, but still you want to understand the perception of retail investor toward green bond. So what you can do is you can change these variables, you can take some of these variables as well, these previously written variables as well, or you can make changes into this variables as well. Now what you can do is, let's say you want to take a variable that is called as artificial intelligence, right? You want to take a variable called as religion, you want to take variable some other variable, right? And even you can make use of mediators or moderators into it, mediators or moderator into it. So what I am trying to tell you, the same topic but with different variables. So these variables you also need to see when you are, when you are reading the abstract. So how will you come to know, right? Either through Google Scholar. Google Scholar may, what happened is, some of the people, they put their PDF files as well. Like let me show you this, which is not allowed, but still some of the people, they put their PDF files over here. You can see from here, this is not allowed for the people if the paper is not open access. So even you are not allowed to put it, but some authors, they still put this into the Google Scholar, right? So you can read the abstract from here, or you can, if you find, if you think there is some variables that has been, or some model that has been already made use by the people, so you must see that model and copy that model over here as well, right? Because you have to make use of the different variables that has already been there, and then you have to develop your own model. And how do you come to know about it? You come to know through literature review. So this is the main purpose of the literature review. Earlier, when we used to write paper, when we were beginners, we used to think, why do we go for literature review? We do not understand that. But with time, we just come to know what is the purpose of the review of literature. I hope it is clear to all. Please raise your hands if you are able to understand this.
Or type one in the chat if you understand it. Is it clear? Yeah.
Any doubt till here? Any questions if you want to ask?
Anything that is unclear?
Any question? Yes. Anything you want to know? So I will assume that it is all clear to all of you, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. So will you be able? Somebody is writing. I don't know what is this. Duke, somebody is writing something.
Writing on the screen or what? On the chat.
Message chat box.
Oh, give me a second. I read for you. Uh, Anik Hall once said that they can't follow you. iPhone, I'm not sure. Another question is from Han. Need more help about apply different models to build my own model with nuance construct, for example. So
Yes, Hang. Please let me understand. Apply different model to build my own model. I need more help about apply different model to build my own model with nuisance construct, for example. You want to understand, like I told you this. So let me. Do you want to understand like what are the different variables that we can take? So what I told you was like, let's say this is the same thing that I want to understand, the same topic. That is, look at this model of mine. Just read this model of mine and the variables. So, what are the different variables that I have used? Social factors, personal factor, environmental, financial gains, and risk associated with investment. So, in this model, we are trying to understand how do a retail investor feel about these factors, or these factors, do they influence the perception of the retail investment when they are making the when they are investing into green bonds? These factors. So we have taken social factors, personal factor, environmental factors, financial gains, and risk associated with investment. So we wanted to see the impact of these factors onto the perception of the retail bond investor. So now we will again check the perception of the retail investor towards green bonds, but different variables. So let's say one of the variable that I wanted to see, that artificial intelligence, use of artificial intelligence, does it make impact on the perception of retail investor towards green bond? Does religion play an important role on retail investor when they are making investment into green bonds, right? And we can take some mediator or moderator, like we can take one of the mediator moderator as age, moderator as uh, uh, gender of a person. Does the male or female, they do have a different perception, so we can take the mediator or moderator. So now we are seeing the same question but with the different variables. So here in my first model, these are the variables and we are trying to judge the perception of the retail investor with these variables, with these factors. Now we wanted the same thing but with different variables. We are using the mediators or moderator as well. Is it clear?
Excuse me.
Yes.
Yeah. So you have to base on theory to set a question, to raise a question about what these factor, um, how this factor would impact the perception of investor green bond. And one more question I want to ask, that's uh, green bond, so stem from bond, right? Then how to how to um, how to raise a new construct green bond from the bond.
Green bond is a new concept. It is the latest concept that has come to the world nowadays. Like the proceeds, the money that the company raises is being used for green things. The money that the company raises can be used in constructing like solar panels and all that. So this is a new thing that has come into the world. Like blue bonds is there, social bonds is there. So just try to understand the impact of the investor. So these are the things. Let me show you over here. This is a new concept, that is a green bonds, not new right now. Look at this. It is a type of debt classified as social responsibility.
Excuse me. I
Yes, yes.
I want to ask that the way we clarify, or the way we explain when we want to move from the bond to green bond, just one way. I don't want to ask specifically about green bond, but I just want to how to convert from bond to green bond. That's what I want to say.
Bond to green bond. So this is a new concept, and even like you can talk about cryptocurrency, you can talk about blockchain, you can talk about metaverse. So these are the new things that is coming. Like earlier we used to talk about finance, now we talk about green finance, and we want to do the research on the new topic, new and the latest topic. So that is why we talked about this, from bonds to green bonds. Hang.
Yeah, thank you.
Anything else? Is there any good research teaching material for beginners? uh, what you can do is what we can do is like research material. You attend the workshops like you did it for today for me, and to write the research papers. So you can this is one way. Like you attend the workshops of different people, and the another way is you start reading the books of the people. And wherever you want, like if you want to go for a qualitative data or a quantitative data, it depends on you, right? So you have to decide, you want to go for a qualitative data or a quantitative data. And like you want to go for SLR, you go for a bibliometric analysis. So the books are different for each of them. So you have to decide your area, and then you have to start reading the books, and you can even attend the workshops, you can see the videos as well. You just decide the topic first and then explore the things through internet, or you can take the help of the researchers, like these kind of workshops as well. Yes. Is it clear? Anything else?
Maybe we
And
move to the most viewer.
okay, fine, yeah. So okay, let me use my another laptop. I have to switch from this laptop to another laptop mine because that is the software that is installed in another laptop. Just give me a minute.
Log into both laptops. So you still can leave this one here. Yeah. And log into another laptop. You just stop share of this laptop and raise
Trial.
another one. Yeah. Then raise the hand in a new account and I let you be co-host for both of the the laptops, the Zoom on the board.
Trial. Trial.
What's that?
Trial. Trial. Trial.
You,
Hello.
Shalini?
Yes, yes. Can you hear me?
Yes. You
Okay.
you calling someone, trial? Oh, I see you here.
Trial.
I don't know why. Ek minute, let me do it quick.
Yeah, I got you. All right. Okay.
Is that okay now?
Yep. Yes.
Just a minute. Okay. Somebody's writing something onto the chat. How
How
to
to
write the
write?
urgency of the topic? Can you hear me, Duke?
Yes, I can hear you clear.
Okay. Somebody's writing how to write the urgency of the topic. Not able to understand what you are
I
saying.
I think that that means the topic is trending and is timely. That's what they mentioned. I think so. You know that
How to write
the
the
topic.
urgency
This
of the
is a good
topic.
time to yeah. The topic is timely or trending.
Not able to understand. Means what?
Timely. That's mean why we should research this topic now. The time
Which
of the topic.
actually whatever is new in the market, we should go for it.
Yeah.
Like and there is less research that has already been done on a following topic. So we should go to that topic because it helps us to it helps us to like the everybody can publish your article if it is a new one, but if you try to write a paper, if you try to write a paper on the previous topic, so it will not give you much weightage to your topic. So it is always better that we write something new. So that is why we should go for a new topic. Is it clear, Lucky? Is
Where's
it clear?
where's your did you did you cancel log off the new laptop, yeah?
What? Acha, you are telling me something. I don't know
No,
what.
I
Yeah,
mean
what?
I saw only one of your name. You got two account before, now only one. Oh, is it two?
Two cameras?
No, I mean two accounts, two Zoom account. Yep.
Not able to
No worry.
understand.
No worry.
Okay. So this was the okay. Okay. So let's do this now. Let me increase the font size.
Yeah, and the tree field plot as well. I don't okay.
Three field plot. That I will be using the R software then.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's start with the Vosphere. So this is a website. So this is the way it looks like. This is how it looks like. And should I open it again? Let me open it once again from the beginning. So it is taking a little time because it is very heavy. Okay, so this is how it looks like. So this is a WOSphere. So what we have to do again, we should have a Scopus or the Web of Science database for this to run it. Scopus or Web of Science. Basically, we need this. Let me. So we need this file. So whatever the file that we have downloaded right now in the download. So this is the file that we will be making use of. This is a Scopus database. This is the file that we extracted from the Scopus database, right? So we will be making use of this file in order to draw the diagrams with the help of the WOSware, right? And let me, okay, this is the paper. Let me open this. Okay, so how do we proceed about it? So let me start with this. So this is the software. So what we have to do, click on create, then create a map based on bibliographic data. Click on next, read the data from bibliographic database files because we have Web of Science and Scopus. So what we will do is we will click on to the next and select this. So we have a Scopus database file. So we will browse it from here. We'll go to our downloads and then we will click onto this and we will go into the next. It is reading this file now. So this is the main screen. So what this is how the WOSphere is different from that of the R software. And let me tell you one thing, like I have been working on the WOSphere as well. So I find that our software is much better than the WOSphere. The diagrams that is being made here, right? They are good, but they are very similar. Like it is not, to be very honest, it is not of matlab, like co-authorship and all that. That is there, but once we'll start doing it, then we will come to know. So let me show you one diagram that is co-occurrence on the basis of all keywords. Like यहाँ पे this is the unit of analysis and the type of analysis. So these are the only type of analysis that we can do with the help of the WOSphere. But when we were using the BiblioShiny from the R software, we were making different, very good plots. So I would prefer everyone to use more and more of the R software rather than using the WOSphere. Right, WOSphere you can make use of making only 2 or 3 diagrams. I know the diagrams looks beautiful, but what I will suggest is I will suggest that you must use the R software and BiblioShiny software. So I will tell you 2 or 3 diagrams that is very good when we do it. So this is the co-authorship, co-occurrence, citation, bibliography. So these are only things that you can make use of here, right? So let's start with the co-occurrence and all keywords. Okay. So it is asking minimum number of occurrence of a keyword. So what it is saying is how many times this keyword has been repeated. So what is it taking? Let me tell you, it is taking the help of this CSV file that we extracted from the Scopus database. So this is the file Scopus database say this file has been extracted, and what it is talking about here, minimum number of occurrences of a keyword. How many times a keyword has been extracted has been there 5 times if I write. So it will give me The total keywords are 1938, but it will extract only 113. What if we increase the number of it? So it will decrease this. Just have a look. So let's increase this. Let's say the keyword that occurs at least 10 times, right? So threshold may it is saying 51. So 51 next. So you can see this, these are the words that has occurred this number of times in the CSV file. So what is the CSV file? So this is the CSV file that is being extracted from the Scopus database. So these are the keywords. Look at this: sustainable development, green bonds, and this. So they have occurred this much of the times, and this is the total strength link. So what you can do is we can right click over here and we can export this selected keywords. Just let me selected keywords in the download file. Let me say this is co-occurrence, and let me export it from here and then click onto the finish. So you can see from here it has, there is a diagram that has come up, and it has different clusters. Let me take you over here now. Can you see onto the left hand side? Can you see to the onto the left hand side? If we click onto the items, so you can see there are four clusters, right? Four clusters means, look at this. This is a green cluster. Green cluster is representing one thing. Then is the blue color, yellow color, and red color, right? So what it is trying, let me show you. Let's do this again. Let's see it with less number of papers. Let me show you this. एक minute. Let's do it with author keywords and let's see 35. This will be better. Okay, this will be better, I feel, because it will have less number of keywords now. Okay, finish. So it will have less number of, okay, this seems to be a better one, right? So now you can see there are different colors again. So how many clusters? 7 clusters now. So what you can see is cluster 1 consists of this much of words, cluster 2 consists of this much of words, 3 consists of this much of words. So let me take you, how do we do that, right? So what we do is like we have to what we do is like, let me show you with the help of my paper. Let me show you what is this. This is another paper that we are writing, a new paper.
Shalini, I have questions.
Yes, please
Number
ask.
one, you did mention that the voice viewer is used data from extracted from Scopus or
Yes.
science. Right. Can we use data from Google Scholar?
No,
Can we manually enter, like
no,
create a similar website with a similar spreadsheet? That
no,
you
but no,
know.
no.
So what field that are required in the Scopus or Web of Science extract? So what are the critical fields? Which field that they are actually used? Because there are like 10 or 20 or many of them. Yeah. So which field are actually right,
They are making use of the author's keyword. This
author
is the
keyword.
author's keyword,
Yeah.
abstract. So these are the things, na? And even the title, authors with affiliation. This is the abstract. This is the author's keyword, R, S. right? And even the title of the paper. So these are the main things they are making use of.
So the
Because
title,
the
the
title,
author's keywords.
yes.
Yes. So can we manipulate it? I mean, because in the Google Scholar, we also have those information. So can we just use this template, but we populate the data manually?
Acha, okay. So let me ask you one thing. So
Yeah.
in Google Scholar, if you do that, okay, you do it, but so you need everything, like uh, you need other fields as well. So this is one of the topic, like when we talk about authors. So when we talk about these authors and all that, their information, their countries. Okay, what I was trying to tell you was I was talking about only this keywords. So when we are talking about only the keywords, then these three information is required. So I thought, like, you are asking me this, when we are talking about the keyword, so we are talking about the title, abstract, and author's keyword. But when we are talking about the author's information, their country information, that is being taken from the authors, and that has been taken from their affiliation and all that. So there are other things also that is making use of. Look at this. So these are some of the universities name and their place of work. Like this is the country China. They're working. Next is working in Hanakonda, India. So these other fields are also being made use of. But in present, if we are talking about the keyword analysis,
Yeah.
so in that we need the title of the paper, and we need the these uh, ab- abstract and author's keyword, but we need most of the information from here, and it is very very difficult if you do this manually and try to make use of it. So it becomes very cumbersome. Just imagine, like, if we have to write not all the information but most of the information. Let's say we don't need these things, but still cited by, this is also what we need. Citations, basis on the basis of citation also we need to look into it. So there are so many, so each and every information is to be extracted. Even if you go to Google Scholar, let's say you go to Google Scholar, right? So if we see, if I write green bond here, so
Mm.
number of citation is missing. So
Mm.
you have to put, just imagine,
They
what
got
if we
there
have,
144 cited by.
huh?
They got the number of citation.
Yes, but
So that
yeah, I agree. But still, it is very cumbersome to fill each most of the information by yourself. It becomes very cumbersome. So in place, what we can do is, let me tell you one thing. The way out is, you collaborate whenever you are writing the papers, and that you need the Scopus or Web of Science database. You can collaborate with those people that have an access. This is one way. Like in India, let me tell you, there are libraries that is easily accessible on a fees basis as well. So let me give you an example. When I was doing my PhD, I was working at IMS Ghaziabad. So I went to MDI Gurgaon, and they allowed me. I went there and studied there, and they allowed me on a paid basis to extract the papers from their library. So there are many ways we can do it. So this way you can do it, because you will lose interest if you will start doing it manually with the help of the Google Scholar. I will not recommend that. What I will recommend is, you try to have you try to collaborate with people who has these access, the universities who have access to it. Go to the universities. They normally they will allow you for some fees as well.
now,
Okay.
is there a way that you can extract data from Google Scholar search? Is there any way that we can extract, whatever appear here? Or we have to copy it manually?
We have to copy it manually. This is what I know.
Yeah. Okay.
Anything else? How to name the found clusters? Yes, this is a very important. Should we? I would like to have how to write the urgency of the topic, impact of PSS with tags. I would like to have your instruction file. This file, what is that? Instruction file in which I'm writing right now?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So I will give you. Don't worry. I will share it with Duke, and she will give it to all of you.
Yeah.
Or what I can do
Load
is,
in the folder. Mm,
that is what I was about to say. I will
mm.
float this into the folder. I'll definitely do it. Don't worry. Okay. How to name the found clusters? So this is also very, very important. So what you can do is, like, you can have this diagram, and let me check once. Let me. Okay, this is my paper. So I was showing you one of my papers. This was my paper, and just have a look at this. Okay, so this is what we have done right now. Co-occurrence network. So what you do is, like, it has different clusters. It divided it into the keywords into the different clusters. Look at this. This is cluster 1. You can very clearly see this is cluster 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever. So how do we go for it? How do we write this? Let me show you here. Look at this now. So how do we write this? So how do we put this into the paper? So this is cluster. This is cluster 1, and that is red in color. Keywords, you can find it from up over there. You can find it up from there, or what you can do is, you can find it up from there, or you can find it from the uh, text file. Let me open this as well. So you can find this from here as well. The one that we have extracted from here, you can see from here. This is the keyword occurrence, and this is the citations, and this is the linkage strength. So you can make this. Let me. So you can put this occurrence, total strength link, and this. So you know this, right? Now what you have to do is, you have to name these clusters. So naming these clusters, what you have to do is, you have to make use of the CSV file that you have extracted from the Scopus, or you have to give these names by your own by looking at the keywords. So look at this. Banking sector role in economic growth and inflation management, right? So what you will do is, from this CSV file, so this is different, and the CSV file used over here is different. So what you can see is, like, yeah, what you see is, you just have a look at the titles of the paper. You just have a look at the titles of the paper, right? And then you have to give the names by of your own. The theme of the cluster, this is to be named by you with the help of the CSV file, and with the help of the keywords that you have extracted over here. Like, what can be a name that can be given to each of the cluster? So this is what you have to find it out. Now in the second, it is a behavior finance. It is a behavior finance and stock market. You see to this, what are the different keywords? Behavior finance, causality, co-integration, grandeur, causality. So behavioral finance and stock market dynamics. So this is another. So this is how you have to go about it. Is this clear? Is it clear? Huh? Hello?
Yeah.
Your voice is not very clear.
My voice not clear.
No, no, your voice is clear. Yeah, yeah. But I think somebody else also spoke something.
Okay.
Okay.
So do we use the same field for both of Web of Science and Scopus?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes.
Exactly the
Okay.
same.
So
Yes,
just those field that you have mentioned. Yeah.
yes.
Is there any recommendation which one is better? Or the both the
Mm,
Web Science
Both are
and Scopus similar or the
both
same?
are better. Both are
Yeah.
better.
Okay.
Anything else?
Mr.
Anything else?
Tan, the person who asked this question, Mr. Dr. Tan, Võ Tân
Yeah.
Thanh. Is it clear? And Tan, you asked for
Please.
this. D-
Mhm.
I'm not sure if she's here.
What criteria we can base to evaluate? एक minute. Cluster. एक minute.
Okay. Number one is clear. What criteria can we base to evaluate that cluster name is appropriate?
Uh,
How do we know this is appropriate?
Actually, yeah, what you can do is like you can see these uh, titles as well. Please look at the titles. This is a different paper. Let me tell you, this is a different paper, and the one that I have written, I'm showing you, is a different paper. And so that's why the you won't find these names. So what you can do is like you can take the help of these titles, and you can take the help of the there is matlab, like it should be it should cover these variables, the keywords that you have find out, so it should cover that. So there is, you can put them, there is nothing wrong or right about it, but it should be covered, all these topics should be covered. So that is how we decide onto the topic. Broadly they should be covered. Is it clear? Yeah, don't merge them. Please don't merge Scopus and Web of Science, because when I opened this file, just remember this, when I opened this file, it is asking in a different manner. It is asking Web of Science is different and Scopus is different. So you do not need to merge. But if you want to see for your own use, then it's a different thing. But do not do it for these software. Software is asking Web of Science because it has a different naming. Like this is a Scopus file, so it has a different names. Like this is different. This is a title, the headings of the Scopus database file and Web of Science is different. So you cannot merge the two while using the software. Remember what I'm saying is, when you are using the software like BiblioShiny or you are using the Vosphere, you cannot merge them. But if you want it for your personal use, then you can merge them on the basis of the title of the paper. Am I clear?
What else do we need to do? Can you check in your list, please?
Okay. So should we do it today itself?
I don't know. It's no, you have something on. Normally you have something on at 8 o'clock, yeah?
Uh-huh. Because it already like
Yeah,
it must be
it's
late at
past.
your place as well.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
we can do
Do you
it
think that you do quick
like whatever you want. I what? Not able to understand, Duke.
no, I said, whatever left, is it very quick or is it possible that you have any other source of information? Um, like for them to watch or to, yeah.
We have BiblioShiny. In my previous lectures, we have already done BiblioShiny software, and the
Yeah.
diagrams that I have already shown to them,
Mm-hmm.
like three field plot and all that, I have already shown them the bibliometric. So this is another software that is a Vosphere,
Yeah.
finding the research gap. So
Mhm.
any other topic? There was one topic that one of the participants it said was like, 1 minute, step by step to build a research model for the PhD thesis.
Oh, that's why
We
I think that we serve that one when you are in Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam. So that is like
sure.
a workshop. We can't
Yes, yes.
in couple of hours. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Prisma
So
framework again, I'll explain this to them.
yeah, are you able to turn on your camera now?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
I think what we move on to is we talk about the trip and where what the
Mhm.
student, the participant can learn in the
Right.
is of course, because whatever we try to do, I don't think we're able to do it in a what we call in a good way, sufficient that everyone
Yeah.
can understand. So we save that for the workshop where you are able to see everyone face to face. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then yeah, so if you have do you have that outline ready?
The
The
topics
course
that I will
outline?
be
Yeah, yeah.
doing.
Oh, no, you just
Yes, I
talk.
have decided.
Yeah.
Okay, this is what the students last time has given me.
Yeah.
What do you want? We can ask the participants what they want to learn from me, and I can like because
I think that maybe
last time.
better you show them what is your intention to teach for 2 days first. Right? Then,
Okay,
it got a good picture, and that's what we ask everyone that they would like to add anything else on the top of that. Otherwise, if you just ask for the participant, it will not give us a full program, full 2 days program.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. Just a minute. Let me share this.
Okay.
What
So I
you
stop
and
with
me talked about. What you and me talked about the last session was to talk on to this topic that is called as a bibliometric, sorry, SLR basically.
yeah.
So let me show you this. What we planned in the last lecture, what we planned at that time.
All right. So just before you introduce
Let me,
that, so that icon is the end of your series of systematic literature review, right? And we are going to discuss about your face-to-face workshop in Ho Chi Minh
yeah,
City, which we plan to schedule on the mid of June. Yeah. So I stop the
yeah.
recording now, and then I've opened a new one. Yeah.
Okay. So this is the tentative plan that I have made for the participants. So like the timings can be different. So research gap and deciding the objective of the study, uh, introduction to SLR.
Yeah.
Acha, okay. So should I speak again? Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. Okay.
research gap finding and deciding the objective of the study. Then the another topic was introduction to SLR, topic selection and extracting the paper from Scopus and Web of Science. Then there will be a lunch break. Then different components of SLR and how is it different from other set of papers. Then framing questions for a review, search database, Prisma framework, descriptive analysis and all that. Then the TCCM framework and ADO framework. And in the last, introduction to bibliometric analysis using R or WOSPHERE. Or whatever you want me to, I will do that.
Or
This is
is
what
it R Studio? I heard from Trung that, R Studio is more modern,
better.
more, latest rather than Voice
Yes.
Viewer, and
Yes,
they have
yes,
like
yes.
more user friendly.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yes.
yeah. So I
And
think
we
we
get
we
more
go
good
with R
diagrams from
Studio.
this.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes. So this is the tentative framework that I've designed. But if you want me to add any other topic, we can do that. There is not an issue.
yeah.
So we can go for a, uh, if you want, we can go for
Now,
even a quantitative
think-
study. We can
yes,
do.
No, no, I think that, if quantitative or qualitative, then, we delay it until November when you back with us, right? Because, if we put too many things at the same time,
Ah,
uh,
right, right, right.
we are
It will be
unable to
difficult. Yeah.
go to as deep as one, because my intention that I would like is in that 2 days workshop, everyone be
Okay.
able to come up with their research interest, their keywords or so, and they're able to put it into the right, what we call Scopus or Web of Science, extract
Fine.
data, and then, be able to write a draft paper themselves, right? And
Sure.
by the end of the day, by the end of 2 days workshop, right, everyone have something in their hand that can start and call it as, their paper or their, draft paper. Yeah. Right. Now,
Right.
I would like to ask how
Yeah,
many
very right. Very true.
here participants that you have Scopus, or you are able to get Scopus account. So write one if you do have Scopus, able to get Scopus account, and write 0 in the chat if you don't have. Is Scopus, can I ask some of you, if any of you here are working in university in Vietnam, Mr. Vũ Đức Lợi, Vũ Đức Lợi, are you, some of you here? So I know that, in Australia or in other country, France, for example, right, we do have Scopus. It's just, one of the database that only university we have. But I don't know a university in Vietnam will give you access for that. All right, okay. Now, if you don't have access for Scopus, that means you're unable to extract data for on the topic of your choice. But you still be able to follow the workshop by using the data sets, the Scopus file extract that have been extracted by Shalini. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So that's mean, but for those who have Scopus access, you are able to, right, run your own queries and
Yeah.
get the Scopus extract on the topic of your choice. So for example, if you don't want to do finance, don't want to do business, you can do, your any other fields that you like it, right? Okay. Right.
Sure.
Okay.
Mm.
Yes. Yeah. All right, so that is the 2 days workshop, and we will make it in like hands-on. Yeah. Maybe can you stop share, Shalini? So we
Okay.
just,
Yeah.
all right. So so that's workshop that we going to do. It will be what we say, it's be more hand-on and
Yes.
practical workshop. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we got
Mm.
Professor Shalini, all right, for 2 days to work
Yeah.
on to work on this systematic literature review. Now, um, Tân Võ Thanh, Dr. Tân Võ Thanh, would you have your mic on? Would you like to ask anything? Feel free to ask if you have any questions or any suggestion. Let I see what he say. No thanks. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So oh, it's my intention that, yes, we invite Shalini go to Vietnam, to Ho Chi Minh City, but we will also have it as a hybrid workshop. That means for those who are not based in Vietnam,
Mm.
who are living overseas, you still be able to participate in that workshop. But
Mm.
you actually have to do more homework, right? So that,
Yeah.
you'll be able, probably I will get some more, what we call a teacher assistant, right, tutor,
Mm.
to help Shalini, all right, to
Mm.
run what we call Zoom breakout, all right, to make it, to modify the Zoom online environment similar to the face-to-face environment, right? Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, all right. So if anyone interested in that face-to-face workshop, please email us. You will have, probably, you get the email from me by, I normally every week I send a reminder so you can reply to that emails, capery.journal@gmail.com, right? Okay, all right. Now, anything else you would like to say, Shalini?
Nothing. Thank you so much. And I would be happy to be there. And so I actually okay, participants, let me tell you one thing. It is always better when we go for a one is to one meeting. And like, if I will be there, um, it will be it will be good if you will come and attend me in person. So that will give you more, that you will be able to understand more, and I will be taking your queries right at that point of time, and I will be able to do a hand holding for all of you. So it will give you more understanding of the topic. So your problems and queries will be handled when you will be working live on that data, and I will be taking your queries. So you will be able to write the papers simultaneously when I will be talking to you and teaching you that time. So, what I suggest is you must come and attend this workshop. Uh, that is all I can say. Yeah,
All right. Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Professor Shalini. All right. All the material have been uploaded
yeah,
and in the link that we have sent it out, and I could send again, right, to those all the participants who have signed up and participated, right? And we're
mm,
looking forward to see you, to welcome you to Vietnam, Ho Chi Minh
yeah,
City, right?
yeah,
Probably it's
yeah.
your first ever trip in Vietnam.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank
Yes,
you very much for everything, Duke. Like,
yeah,
it will be great to
yeah,
see you in person as well.
yeah. So at the day, at the moment, unless something wrong happened, the day that we have decided is 15 and 16 of June, right?
Yeah,
That I have put it down uh in the what we call in the message, right? So 15 to 16 of June 2025. Now I don't have the link for registration yet, but don't worry that if you sign up for this Zoom, I do have your email. So then I will send right the more details information in the next few weeks, right? Probably in March, by March when we finalize all the paperwork. Yeah, because
yeah,
for Shalini to teach face to face in Vietnam, we
yeah,
actually have to sort out the paperwork, so what we call it the permit or the license, get
yeah,
approval from the government. So until then until we sort out those things, and then we are able to right get the registration from the participant. So keep in touch with me. All right. If I forget to send you email, just shoot me an email or text me on Yellow or Facebook Messenger, and we'll be in touch. Right?
mm.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Shalini. All right. We
Thank
look
you.
forward to
Yeah,
see you in Ho Chi Minh City.
yeah, right.
Right. Uh,
Yeah, chalo. That will be great. And it will be great to see all of you. Bye. Thank you very much. Bye.
Yeah. Is it
Bye.
possible that the participant turn on camera and we have one of the photo before we say goodbye?
Yeah.
Okay, I stop the recording. Right. All right. Okay. Yeah. Any more? One, two, three. More coming. Yeah, we're waiting. All right.
Hi.
So sorry, Han. Okay, now. Give me 1 second, right? Maybe I take picture and I send to here as well. 1, 2, 3.
Bye.
Yeah, all right. Now I Thủy, can you help me with taking photo as well? My laptop is very slow. I'm waiting for my new laptop tomorrow. Okay. All right. All right. So, right. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, are we done?
Yep. Is it?
Chalo.
I got.
Okay. Good night. Good night, everyone. Good night, Duke. Bye.
Good night. Thank you. Thanks a lot. And see.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
See
Good
you
Bye.
night,
soon.
teacher.
Yeah. Bye.
you and good night.